What if I told you that you could buy over an acre of Kentucky land with a hilltop view for under $25,000 and then build a real livable home on it, bringing your total investment to under $100,000 for land and house? I know that sounds impossible in today's housing market, but I'm going to show you a real property listing in Kentucky right now, walk through exactly what you could do with it, and break down how the whole thing could work for under 6 figures. This isn't theory. This is a real listing you could buy today. The link is in the description below. Let's dive in. Kentucky keeps popping up in affordable country living searches for good reason. While land in places like Tennessee or North Carolina can cost $10,000 to $15,000 per acre, you can still find beautiful Kentucky land for $2,500 to $5,000 per acre. Sometimes less, and it's not just cheap, it's gorgeous. Rolling hills, forests, streams, 4 real seasons. Great for gardening, low property taxes, and you're still within a few hours of Louisville, Lexington, Cincinnati, or Nashville. So that's why Kentucky. Now let's talk about how this actually works. Let me show you what I found. This is a real listing you can check out right now. Link is in the description. Manchester, Kentucky price, $24,900. Land, 1.37 acres. Here's what you're getting. This property sits at the end of a quiet road on an elevated hilltop with panoramic views. It's already fenced with chain link, which is perfect if you want chickens, a dog, or a garden. The location gives you privacy, minimal traffic, but you're still close to Manchester for groceries, healthcare, and anything else you need. What about the existing structure? The listing mentions an old trailer on the property that's uninhabitable. That's fine. It has no value and you'd remove it or ignore it. What matters is the land itself. The land is cleared and ready. You could put a new manufactured home on it, build a small house, or put up a barndominium. The hilltop location means you've got views and good drainage. Why this property works. At $24,900, you're getting 1.37 acres of fenced hilltop land with road access and a buildable site. That's less than $18,200 per acre in a state where land prices are already going up. You're starting your project with $75,000 left in your budget if you're targeting that $100,000 total. That's plenty to work with. Let me show you what you'd do from here. Before you can build or place a home on this Manchester property, you need water, waste management, and power. In rural Clay County, that means drilling a well and installing a septic system. Before buying, you'd want to verify the soil can handle septic. A soil perk test costs around $300 to $500. Assuming it passes, which hilltop properties usually do, you're looking at well drilling and pump, $6,000 to $10,000 depending on depth septic system installed, $5,000 to $8,000. Let's budget $15,000 total for both to be realistic. The property has road access, which typically means power is nearby. You'd need to check with the local electric company about hookup costs, but this is usually $500 to $2,000 depending on distance. The good news, the property is already cleared with a building site. You might need some grading work or gravel, but the heavy lifting is done. Budget maybe $2,000 to $3,000 for any site prep and improvements. Running total, $24,900 land plus $15,000, well, septic, plus $2,000 site prep power equals $41,900. You've still got about $58,000 for the actual home. This is where it gets interesting. You have choices and each one impacts your final cost. Option 1, barndominium. A metal building shell that you finish out as living space. Think of it like a pole barn, but nice inside. A 30 by 40 or 40 by 30 metal building kit runs $15,000 to $22,000. You'll need a concrete slab foundation, $8,000 to $12,000, then interior framing, insulation, drywall, electrical, plumbing, kitchen, and bathroom. All in, If you do some of the work yourself, you can come in around $45,000 to $60,000 for a livable 1,000 to 1,200 square foot home. Option 2. Small traditional build, standard wood frame construction, smaller footprint, think 800 to 1,000 square feet, simple design, basic finishes. With smart material choices and doing some work yourself, you're looking at similar costs, $45,000 to $65,000. Option 3. Modular/prefab, factory built, delivered to your site. You just need the foundation ready and utilities hooked up. A basic modular home around 800 to 900 square feet might run $40,000 to $55,000 delivered and set up. With $58,000 to work with for the house itself, all three options are totally doable. You're not building a mansion, but you're building a real livable home on that beautiful hilltop property. What makes this actually work? Smart choices, not sacrifices. The people making this happen aren't cutting corners. They're making smart choices. They keep it simple. Rectangular floor plans are cheaper than complex shapes. Open layouts need fewer walls. Single story avoids stairs. They choose value over luxury. Vinyl plank flooring instead of hardwood. Stock cabinets instead of custom. Laminate counters that look great and cost way less than granite. They do what they can themselves. You hire pros for foundation, electrical, plumbing. But painting? Installing trim? Laying flooring? These are learnable skills that save thousands. It's not easy, but it's doable. Let's be honest, this isn't effortless. You'll have challenges, weather delays, unexpected costs, learning curves on DIY tasks. But here's the thing, people without construction experience are doing this. They're learning as they go, making mistakes, figuring it out, and ending up with land and a home they own for less than most people pay for a used car. That's powerful. What you end up with the complete picture. Let's put it all together with this actual Manchester property. You buy the 1.37-acre hilltop property for $24,900. You put in a well and septic for about $15,000. You do minimal site prep for $2,000. Then you build or place a 900 to 1,000 square foot home for around $50,000 to $55,000. Total investment, $91,900 to $96,900. That's 1.37 acres of fenced Kentucky hilltop with panoramic views, your own well and septic, and a comfortable 2-bedroom home, all for under $100,000. What your monthly costs look like. If you finance the whole $95,000 on a 15-year loan at current rates, you're looking at around $850 to $900 per month. Add property taxes and insurance for Clay County, very low, and your total monthly cost is probably around $1,000 to $1,050. Or if you paid cash or saved up to knock it out quickly, your monthly costs are just taxes and insurance, probably $120 to $150 total per month. The life you're creating. Think about what this means. You're waking up on your own hilltop with views of Kentucky hills. The property is already fenced, so you can have a garden, chickens, a dog running around. It's quiet. End of a quiet road, remember? You're 10 minutes from Manchester for groceries and whatever you need. But when you're home, you have space and privacy and peace. And you're doing all of this for housing costs that give you actual financial breathing room. That's the dream. Is this for you? This path isn't for everyone, and that's okay. If you need to be in a city for work or family, this probably doesn't fit your life right now. If you're not willing to do any hands-on work or learn new skills, the budget gets way harder. But if you're tired of paying someone else's mortgage through rent, if you dream about having your own land, if you're willing to work for it and learn along the way, then this is absolutely possible. People are doing it right now. Regular people, not contractors or builders, just folks who decided they wanted a different life and figured out how to make it happen. First, check out that Manchester property I showed you. The link is in the description below. Look at the photos. Read the listing. See if it sparks something in you. Then start browsing other Kentucky land. Counties like Clay, Casey, Adair, Russell, Greene, or Johnson. See what $20,000 to $40,000 can actually buy you. Look into barndominium kits, modular home companies, or local builders who work in that area. Get a sense of what they cost. Join Facebook groups about building on a budget or Kentucky homesteading. Ask questions. Learn from people who've done it. Just start exploring. Make it real in your mind instead of just a dream. If this video opened your eyes to what's possible, hit subscribe. Every week on Quiet Life Homes, I'm featuring real properties like this Manchester listing and showing you affordable paths to country living. The property link is in the description. Go check it out. Drop a comment and tell me, would you actually consider this Manchester property or something like it? What's the biggest thing holding you back? I read every comment. Everything I've shared today is based on real examples and current market conditions in Kentucky, but your actual costs will vary based on your specific location, the choices you make, and market conditions when you're ready to build. These aren't guarantees, they're examples to show you what's possible. Always do your own research, get multiple quotes, and work with licensed professionals for things like electrical, plumbing, and septic. Building codes and requirements vary by county, so check with your local building department before starting any project. This is educational content, not professional advice. Consult with contractors, builders, and financial advisors for your specific situation.